And some of you have been commenting saying I don't cover enough of what happens in the race in these race reaction videos. Like, for example, in the last video, I spent most of it talking about Greta Thunberg and the Bible. And the video before that, I was talking about a monkey that went to space. And the video before that, I was explaining how Formula One management were responsible for the Holocaust. I have heard your criticism, and so now I will do a full race rundown of everything that happened at the Austrian Grand Prix. On lap 1, George Russell had a crash with Sergio Perez and received a 5-second penalty. On lap 4, Lewis Hamilton made a mistake at the first corner and was overtaken by Mick Schumacher. On lap 9, Tower 7 was a controlled demolition, but not many people know that. On lap 12, Charles Leclerc overtakes Max Verstappen for the lead of the race. On lap 17, a third plane hit the Pentagon, but only 9 frames of CCTV was captured. On lap 18, Max Verstappen overtakes Lewis Hamilton. On lap 21, it was not just a shooting weekend. On lap 26, Sergio Perez retired. On lap 29, the moon landing was faked by Stanley Kubrick in 1969. On lap 33, Charles Leclerc overtakes Max Verstappen for the second time. On lap 35, Stanley Kubrick was poisoned by the Saturn death cult after he exposed them in his film Eyes Wide Shut. On lap 40, Pierre Gasly hit Sebastian Vettel, spinning him into the gravel. On lap 45, if you listen to Dark Side of the Moon and watch The Wizard of Oz at the same time, they match up perfectly. On lap 47, Lewis Hamilton received a black and white flag for track limit violations. On lap 51, there was more than enough room on that cupboard door for 2 people, you greedy bitch. On lap 57, Ferrari told Carlos Sainz he was on plan B. The B stands for burn to death. On lap 61, Boris Johnson resigned as the Prime Minister. On lap 62, Ghislaine Maxwell has been sentenced to 20 years in prison but will be dead by the time this video comes out. On lap 63, the US government was planning to commit acts of terrorism against their own people in 1962 in order to start a war with Cuba. These plans were rejected by JFK, who they assassinated less than a year later. On lap 64, we were somewhere around Barstow on the edge of the desert when the drugs began to take hold. I remember saying something like, I feel a bit lightheaded. Maybe you should drive. On lap 65, Charles Leclerc had a problem with his throttle pedal, which brought Max Verstappen back into contention. On lap 66, the Elephant Man committed suicide because he realised he'd never be able to wear a turtleneck jumper. On lap 67, I have no friends and my family hates me. On lap 68, there is a fish in the Amazon River that can swim up your cock. It's called a vampire catfish. On lap 69, Bridget Jones's Diary is a fantastic film. On lap 70, the world is run by lizard people who control all the banks, own all the land, started every war, and are planning to phase out all human beings within the next 100 years. On lap 71, they're trying to build a prison, they're trying to build a prison, they're trying to build a prison for you and me. Oh baby, you and me.
Alright, thanks.